You are having a dilemma, though. I think we should get the people's opinion on what you should do. You guys. Carly had some people living in her house while she was... Well, do you want to tell the story?
I feel like it might be less emotionally charged if you tell it.
Okay.
It may be more emotionally charged if you tell it. I don't know, actually.
So, Carly closed on the house in November, but her lease didn't end till February, like end of February. And so she had a few friends move into the house, 2 friends, in December/January to stay in there and pay Carly some rents while she was waiting for her lease to end, if that makes sense. So Carly was in her house she was renting, and 2 friends were living in her house that she bought. And these friends agreed to pay her a set rate for rent, I guess. And it was a very affordable rate, very, very affordable, less than the mortgage. So Carly was actually losing money.
A lot of money.
They were our friends, but yeah, we'll get into this story one day. But it was 2 males, so I'll let you use your imagination with that. So they were living in the house, and a few things happened where, like, Carly would ask them to be at home if someone was coming to fix something, and then they wouldn't be home. Carly would ask them to be at home to help her put something together for them, for the house. Like, she bought a bed for one of them to use and said, hey, can you be here at this time to help me put it together? They said yes, and they weren't there, just left her hanging. Like, a lot of really annoying things like that kept happening.
When I'm trying to, like, do them favors.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to be generous.
Yeah, you're trying to be nice and go out of your way to do things for them, and then they kept being super rude.
Yeah.
Very, very bad at communication, like just really frustrating for you. And then the doozy that just happened. So they moved out. Carly moved into the house, and she's still waiting on rent from one of them. They haven't even paid her. And she's waiting on them to pay the cleaners that came to clean up after them because the house was a mess. And then Carly gets the utility bill from the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. This utility bill for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
Tiny.
How many square feet is it?
800.
800 square feet. So like the size of an apartment. The electric bill for this time, 2 months, almost $500. $500.
$500 from December 10th to February 20th.
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah. Granted, it was very cold in Nashville, but like for a house that size, absolutely not.
Yeah. So the house I was renting in with 3 girls was double the size of the house and $160 for 1 month.
Yeah. So like $300.
Yeah.
So this was $200 more than that for a house less.
Half the size.
Yeah.
Yeah. And double the cost. Yeah, so background is we never agreed that I would pay the utilities, but I had heard one of them complaining that when he would rent rooms from people in their house, he never would want to pay utilities. He wanted his upfront cost to just be the rent and that's it. And that's not standard.
Mm-mm.
Especially because utilities are usage-based.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be different if it was like, okay, you don't want to pay lawn. Okay, fine. Like, let's talk through that. But this is like literally what you're using for energy. And we never agreed that I would pay for utilities. But I had heard him complain several times before, so I was just like, you know what, it'll probably just be unspoken. I'll just cover it and eat the cost, even though I'm not even living there, whatever. Yeah, so I guess the hot take was, do I have them pay for that?
Yeah. And you asked them to pay for it, and they kind of snapped back at you saying, it's not our fault that your heater sucks, basically. Which they told Carly end of January that the heater was broken. It wasn't really working, so it was like overworking this whole time. So she had someone come out the next day and fix it.
For $1,000.
Yeah.
The next day. And he didn't tell me until January 20th. That's a month and 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
It was overworking. So, like, yes, it's not your fault that the bill was high. I mean, I don't know what it was being used on. Maybe it was literally just the heat. Maybe he was plugging in God knows what.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not my fault. It's nobody's fault, I would say. But, like, he blamed me because he was sleeping in his sweatshirts. And I'm like, well, you didn't tell me for a month and 10 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And I fixed it the next day for $1,000. So we could have made it more efficient.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it's just so frustrating because, again, it's like you pay for your utilities that you use usually in any sort of rental agreement unless it's like previously stated before and made very clear.
And again, I'm more than happy to help out for their utilities. But I think for a reasonable cost of utilities, a $500 electric bill for 2 boys is bonkers for an 800 square foot house.
I know, it is crazy. I'm curious to see what your bill is going to be now,
Me too.
like for this next month, because it might be the house. Like something might be really wrong.
Yeah, me too.
But
still, I don't think it's fair for them to expect me to cover $500 of their electric.
Yeah.
Like, especially if it wasn't agreed upon that I was going to pay utilities.
Exactly. I agree.
So,
let us know what you guys think. Should she pay? Should she just bite the bullet and never speak to them again? Because at this point, we'll cover this story maybe another time, but like we're not really friends with them anymore. So
yeah.
you can bite the bullet and just like bygones be bygones and just leave them be.
Yeah, it's just annoying because it's like the principle of it, but
It is.
me and Brittany have been saying it's the principle of it for the last year about everything. It's like this guy thinks he can get away with everything because he thinks he's so right about everything and never sees another perspective. It's just frustrating. We've got a lot of built up like realizations from this really, really poor friend that was really important to me for so long. He thinks he's God's gift to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no other perspective except his.
Yeah.
There's no other opinion that can be brought to the table. And feelings don't have to be agreed upon for them to be valid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can be valid because you feel them. And he doesn't see that. And it's just frustrating.
No,
Guys.
he's the worst. So whatever happens, he's not coming back around. So it's like you're either going to make him pay the bill
Yeah.
or you're just going to let it go.
Yeah.
But
same with the cleaners. I paid for a deep clean before they moved in.
mm-hmm.
And then I said, hey guys, can you guys please coordinate a cleaner? No, we'll take care of the cleaning. No, you won't.
Yeah.
And then there was hair all in the bathroom drawer. It was disgusting.
So gross. Boys are foul.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah, we'll have to really debrief that story one day soon. But just let us know what you guys think about that now.
Yeah, hot take.